Today I thought I'd show you a typical life of a van dweller, and that van dweller being me. As most days start, for most people, it starts in bed, and that's where you find me this morning. Hello, my name's Neil. If you're new to the channel, welcome. As I say, this is going to be like a diary day, a diary vlog, showing you what happens on a typical day. At the moment, I'm tucked up in bed, in my comfy bed. I'll just turn you around a little bit. Now, at the moment, the problem I have is motivation. I've got nothing to get up for. I'm nice and warm, snuggled up. No rush to go anywhere. I'm parked up in a safe place, and there's no rush to move off. It's quite late. It's about 10 o'clock. I think it's a nice day. I can't hear any rain. There's no wind shaking the van. So I think it's time to get up. Well, let's see what the day's got to bring us. I open my bedroom door or curtain. Well, there's a little brightness coming through, so it does look like a fairly decent day. So it'll take me a few minutes to put away the bed. And just put my slippers on. Bit strange doing this with one hand. And there we go. And the bed's off just out the way. Well, that's the first stage of getting up. Well, let's have a look outside and see what the day's actually like. Oh, fairly blue skies. And sunshine. This could be a nice day. Well, I'll skip the having a wash and brushing your teeth first thing in the morning and using the toilet. We don't want to see that. I think we'll open up our front curtain, get a bit more light in here. Oh, that looks a lot nicer. Yeah, so time to get the tea on. Now, I've been asked quite a few times now, why have I got two taps? Well, I have a washing tap and a fresh water tap. Now, a fresh water tap's got a filter under the sink, which filters out 99.9% of all bad things. So regardless of where I've filled up the tank, it's going to give me fresh, clear drinking water. And this is my little kettle. Ideal just for me. Now what I tend to do, I tend to always fill it up to its max first thing in the morning, and that gives me enough for a cup of tea and enough for washing up any bowls or plates I've used. And then we jump across to here to put some power on. Oh, I'm enjoying quite a bit of power from the solar this morning, even though it doesn't look really sunny. So let's turn the inverter on so we can have some power for the kettle. Well, I've stuck you up there. I'm hoping you can still see me and hear me. So I've got the kettle on. Let's make a cup of tea. I try to keep everything in its little places. I've got cupboards for one thing, cupboards for another thing. It just makes it so much easier when you're looking for things. Well, that's probably a bit of, I don't know, me being in control. AHD, I think it's called, something like that. Only I don't think I have got that, but I do like to have things in its place all the time. Not a coffee drinker. I don't like coffee. Never have done. Tea, love a cup of tea. And I think this morning we're going to have, let's have a bowl of cereal, I think. So you can see it there, I've got a pull-out ladder here. Weetabix. I don't use a lot of sugar, just sugar in my tea really. Same with salt and things like that. I try to keep things to a minimum. So rather than use sugar on my cereal, like a bit of honey, nice and sweet. I mean, this is basically just a normal start to the morning. Make a cup of tea, have some cereal. Obviously look out the windows, see what it's going to be like. As I say, I'm parked up in a nice safe place with no rush to go anywhere. This week I'm suffering a little bit this week with motivation to do anything. So we'll see what the day brings, I think. Well, my tea's brewed and my cereal's ready. So I'm just going to enjoy my little bit of a breakfast. Quite a late breakfast today actually, but as I say, there's no rush to go anywhere. It's a little bit overcast outside, a little bit, you know, cloudy with a bit of sun, bluish skies. It might clear up a bit later, but I think I'm just going to spend the day in the van today. I mean, I think I'll have to. I've got a few things I need to pick up from the shop. I think I've run out of bread, so I need a bit of bread and then a bit of milk and sugar. Oh no, sugar's probably okay, but I definitely need some bread and I definitely need some milk. So I'll be going out for the shop. Nice little walk into the village for the shops. I'll leave the van here. I won't drive. I think because I don't work apart from the 2 week, just the Saturday and Sundays, just the rest of the week. It's difficult to get up unless I've got a goal to go to. If I've decided to go to a specific place to visit, or I've got an appointment or something like that, that's fine. But on the other days, it's difficult. I find it difficult to get up and go. You know, the motivation to do things is, yeah, it's quite difficult some days. I mean, I could go travelling to the places I've already been, but I've already been there. It might sound a bit daft, but if I'm spending money, you know, fuel money for the diesel to go somewhere I've already been, it's not a new adventure. I'm going there because I know that there's a place to park up, but it's costing money. And then money becomes a worry. You know, it's not infinite. You know, I haven't inherited a lot of money or come into a lot of money, so you have to be budget conscious as well, I think, in van life. I've got a contingency fund for if something happens to the van. I mean, I recently paid out like £1,200 for the new work on the engine, and that took a big chunk out of my savings, really. I've got the MOT coming up at the end of next month. Probably need another service. So yeah, I've got to save some money. I'm going to finish this breakfast and I'll come back to you. On a nice day like today, or on any day really, I like reading. It's a great way of passing time. I quite like historical type novels. The sort where fiction novels, but they have a bit of history in them. true history, but the fiction around the history. I learn lots of different things. Rather than being really, like studying history, you pick up bits of history in a fiction book. I mean, I can sit here 3 or 4 hours reading and it passes the day. And because I haven't got any rush to go anywhere, we've not got little plans for today, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read for a couple of hours. Well, van life, it's quite boring really, a lot of the time. You just the day's like broken up by doing something and maybe food. That's the scene. It's broken up by food basically. So I've been to the shop, got myself some bread, and now I'm going to have some toast, I think. Now when I did the conversion, I was adamant I didn't want any gas in the van, so everything's electric. I've got an induction hob, toaster, kettle, and my latest acquisition, which is a air fryer, which I'm going to be trying out later. So far, over the last 8-9 months, my battery capacity's probably never gone below 70%. Mind you, I did spend quite a bit on my electrics. Now this bread I bought, this will last for at least 2 months. It's a bit more expensive, but what I found is, you buy a normal loaf of bread, if you don't eat it all, you stand wasting it, and then it goes off. Well, at least with this bread, a bit more expensive, but at least it'll last me until I finish it. Well, I've got my toaster on, and that's drawing 753. I'm going to put the kettle on and see what then the combine does. Well, surprisingly, that's jumped up to 1400 watts with the kettle going. So the kettle's quite hefty, more so than the toaster. I've yet to see how much power is pulled when I've got the air fryer on. We'll be trying that out later, I think. Well, it's a nice little walk down to the village. It's quite busy today. And then Castleton is always quite busy throughout the year, even in the middle of winter. So I think I'm going to treat myself to I know what I'm going to have. peanut butter on toast. Get a bit of protein. Now while I'm here in Castleton, it's one of those days where there's a nice bit of a breeze around and all the, I forgot what they're called now, paragliders? Yeah, all the paragliders are out. I haven't seen that many before. There's probably about 30 of them flying around. I mean, I've showed them flying around here before on a short, so I won't bother filming them again. I mean, it's like I say, on a normal van life day, not much happening. I've not gone off on an adventure anywhere. I've come to a place I come on quite a regular basis. I'm quite happy here. There's no rush to do anything. Just having a lazy day. And that's a typical day. Well, I'm going to enjoy my little lunch. And then we'll see what's going to happen later. Well, I'm pleased to report the old air fryer didn't make any impact on my battery, really. I just had some nice sausages cooked in there. It's the first time I've used it. Nice and small. Yeah, I'm going to be using that a bit more now, I think. Now that I understand how it works. Now I've just put my my tablet on charge, and I think what I'm going to do today, well, for the rest of the evening, is enjoy a bit of Netflix or maybe something on Amazon Prime, and that'll be the day over. And that's what as I said earlier, this is just a typical day when I'm not on an adventure, when I'm just spending time in the van. So I hope you enjoyed this little insight into a typical van lifer's day. Until the next time, bye for now.